Welcome to Lowlifes After Dark. This is unrated and for Patreon content only, so enjoy the fucking ride.
What is up, laddies? It's motherfucking Halloween and we are up in this bitch. Live episode. We're putting this one out to everybody so people can get a taste on what you get on the Patreon.
Yeah, we got the live chat going. This is open to everybody. Just a little taste of how fun it is over here at Lowlifes After Dark. And this is a very special Halloween episode. So,
Halloweeny.
Yeah, we're Halloweenies. We love it. We got Lex in the house. We got Tedesbro in the house. What up? Can you guys hear us all right? If you're joining from a laptop, you can chat and try to call in. We might take a few calls if we're able to. And if you just have the app, feel free to chat us up. We'll call it out as we see it. But I'm stoked. I wasn't stoked to put on this fucking makeup again. I went to a Halloween party over the weekend, and putting on makeup sucks. And if I was a girl, I would be one of those, I'm just going to be natural me and I guess date down. Because...
yeah. You gotta.
Dude, painting your face with fucking... Dude, putting paint, like, painting on fucking shit on, like, your eyeballs and stuff. Fuck that. Really have a lot more respect for women after that. And this is basically... I mean, they use skin tones and stuff, but they're painting on shit. They're painting on eyebrows. I got my eyebrows painted on. Little rouge on my cheeks. But...
Sorry, I'm putting up another post. I took a picture
the Bloodellos. Yeah, that's actual human blood I'm drinking.
Bloodellos.
Gonna be
Why is
pissing
it like
blood.
That?
It's blood. It's human blood. It's Halloween, so I figured just drink blood, see what it does. It's the blood of a hobo, so I shouldn't get fucked up.
You say blood of a homo?
Hobo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, you don't kill those anymore. Just hobos. They don't have any family. Nobody really cares about them. You can kill as many as you want. Yeah.
That's true. Or maybe that's what got kicked us off. What's it called before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so just to clarify Spotify, it's hobos we're killing. With a hard B. Hobo. But, yeah, hopefully everybody's having a fucking... good Halloween. This is a live recording. I'm gonna try to, depending on how many Bloodellos I have tonight, I might try to get it up tonight, maybe tomorrow morning after a hearty hangover breakfast. But it's Halloween tomorrow.
Breakfast?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Dude, Halloween. I have to fucking work on Halloween. I feel like you give me a Columbus Day, but not Halloween, bro. Come on.
Yeah. That should definitely be a day that you get off in October.
Yeah, I thought this was fucking America.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Dude, I work with people from, like, England and shit, and they don't get it. Like, I was like, yeah, I went to a Halloween party over the weekend and fucking taking the kids out trick-or-treating. And they're like, you guys go out and get sweets? And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking Halloween. We love that shit. And, like, some Danish broad was like, she's like, I'm staying home to make sure nobody eggs my house. I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Sounds like a blast. You guys really know how to cut loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween should be a day off. I usually do take the day off, and I think I'm probably just going to keep my kids out of school tomorrow so we can do Halloween shit.
Dude, even Thanksgiving, dude. I only get Thanksgiving Day off. I don't even get Friday off.
Oh, that's un-American. You should get the 2 days.
That's what happens when you work for the fucking government.
Usually they're... Oh, I guess so, huh? I never worked for the government before, I don't think. But...
stupid.
That sucks. Working for bank is sweet. They take everything they can off.
Yeah. Yeah, including fucking Mondays. They're like, oh, Susie, it's Monday. We got no work tomorrow.
Dude, I had to go drop some money off the bank one day. And it was like 4:00. And I'm like knocking on the door and it's locked. And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, we close at 4. What?
Yeah, that's when everybody gets out of work.
Everybody's supposed to be working till 5, especially like if you're a bank, like a service industry, like a bank that has my money in it, But
yeah, that's fucked.
Fuck them bankers.
Yeah, dude, my bank
Lex gets paid
is
double time and a half for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. I'd work it. If they paid me more, I'd work fucking every
damn.
holiday.
I would too.
Yeah, double time and a half. Fucking A.
Dude, my bank closes at like 3:00 and they're not open on the weekends. I've been trying to get a new debit card for like fucking 2 months.
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like, dude, you guys have enough money. You have all the money. Stay open all the time.
Cunts.
Should be 24-hour banks and stuff. But yeah, do you want to do the giveaway to start off, or do you want to save that for later?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do the giveaway. This is October's giveaway. Yeah, let's just do it right now. All right. This is what you get when you join the elite crew known as the Laddies. You get a chance every month to win something cool or something lame. I don't know. This month, I think we're going to do another swag bag because we got a bunch of swag. And I almost forgot about it until today that we had to do this. So let's see if I can do a drum roll for this. All right. October giveaway winner.
Oh, shit.
$15. Jared Bake. Jared Bake. Back? I don't know how to say your name, bud. Jared Bake. That's got to be back because there's 2 Ks.
You would think.
Jared Back. I'm going to hit you up. Get your address, get your shirt size, and we'll send you a swag bag. Maybe a special Halloween one. But sick. All right. Thank you, Jared, for being a supporter. We do appreciate that. And yeah, I'll slip something special in your bag for you. All right, so that was fun. That took me forever to set up.
I like how you class the joint up with the drum roll.
Yeah. Well, like last month, we were just kind of like, we weren't prepared. So this month, I was like, I'm gonna get the fucking thing. We got a little spinny thing, customize it. Got the fucking export of the patrons. We just got a new patron this week too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Caleb Walsh. I think he just signed up on Saturday. So
Walshy.
Yeah, Walshy. Thank you. We love our patrons. We love our laddies. And hopefully they love us too. Or what are you paying us for? All right, we got some we had some Halloween topics. Had a couple of things we wanted to do. We're gonna give everybody an opportunity to join us. You know, not everybody can get here right at 6:30. So, but if you have a spooky story that you actually went through, let us know if you can call in, because I'd love to hear it. Like if you saw a ghost or a chupacabra or some shit, and for real, you know what I mean? Because I've been on this earth for a long fucking time, and I spent a lot of time around spooky shit, haunted houses, fucking graveyards, you name it. I ain't never seen a ghost. So I'm starting to doubt that there's even such a thing. Do you believe that there's ghosts?
Don't say that.
Wait, are the ghosts gonna come and get me?
Listen, we talked about this a little bit off air, man. I just don't fuck with it. I don't know for sure, but I ain't trying to take no chances. I don't want to upset them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about their mama. None of that shit.
But would they get mad if you said that they didn't exist?
Probably. They're like, oh, watch this, bitch.
I'd like to, you see those dudes that like, they just live with ghosts in their house. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, oh, you open all the cabinets again. I'd be like fucking out. Like if I even thought there was a ghost, you know what I mean? I'd be like, we're moving,
Yeah.
I guess you just get used to it or whatever. Especially like one of those ones that like tries to kill you. A fucking poltergeist or some shit. I'd be like, yeah, I'm outie.
Yeah.
But the other thing is just like, by this time I've seen pretty much everything. But I ain't never seen a ghost. Or like a UFO or anything. So, doubtful. You know what I mean? I should have seen something by now.
You think? I mean, you do live in like alien country.
Yeah, dude, like I grew up by my grandmother's house, and her house is from like the 1700s. It's like a national landmark. And people have died in the house. And it used to be part of the Underground Railroad. And they have all these secret passages and stuff in the attic and in the basements. So it's got a lot of history. And, people have died there. Multiple people. And I've slept over there, and I'm just like, waiting. When I was a kid, I was like, waiting for a ghost, Just waiting for a ghost to jump out. And I was scared shitless, too, Because when I was a kid, like, my mom let me watch whatever the fuck I wanted. So I was watching horror movies young, dude. And she was into that shit. So, like, she read like Stephen King, Dean Koontz, and Anne Rice and all that bullshit. So I read those books or looked at some of the pictures in them. And I was super into horror movies and stuff when I was a kid. So I was always like, yeah. I was like, yeah, all this stuff's definitely real. But now I'm like an old man, and I'm like, haven't seen anything. Yeah. I haven't even heard really reputable people talk about it either, Like if I saw a ghost, I would tell everybody I met.
Oh, 100%.
I'd be like, hey, 100%. I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you. I saw a ghost one time. It was so fucking crazy. Isn't that weird that there's people that are dead that walk the earth still?
Yeah, they're like, you're a liar.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even care. Like some people are like, I just never told anybody because they think I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'd tell everybody. I'd be like, dude, I saw a motherfucking ghost. So if you have a reputable story, hop on your computer, call in, and let us know what your experience was. And firsthand experience. I don't want to hear what your drunk uncle told you.
Yeah.
Firsthand experience. You saw a motherfucking ghost. Because I trust you guys. If you're listening to this show, you're probably a decent person. You're not going to lie. Just for your 15 minutes of fame. Dude, imagine that, calling into a podcast and giving a bullshit story.
Just, completely lying.
Yeah. Dude, I grew up around drug addicts and fucking scumbags my entire life. I'd know when someone's lying to me. Immediately. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Yeah. 100%. I might not say anything, but, like, I know immediately if someone's lying or stretching the truth. My best friend in high school was this fucking sociopath, He used to lie all the time. Tedesbro, never seen a ghost. Definitely had an experience and felt a real heavy presence at an abandoned spot in Staten Island. A lot of history on the property. Crazy shit going on through the years. Was that Amityville, dude?
Ooh, I love Amityville.
Wait, that's on Long Island, right? Wait, Staten Island is different than Long Island, right? I don't know. He schooled me on Long Island when we were in New York. Yeah, it's not an island, dude.
Oh yeah,
I remember we were going to go out there and there. I believe him. I haven't looked at a map, but
I mean he's from there.
I'm just going to take his word for it. He has a very thick New York accent.
Very thick.
And I guess that's probably a Long Island accent too, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it changes, right? Because it's not an island, so it's all the same thing.
Yeah, no, but when you're in a city that dense, you kind of stick to your own area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, right? Because you're like, oh, well, I got my place where I get my groceries, where I get my booze, where I get my this and that, where I work, all that shit. So you probably stick pretty close. The spot in Staten Island was New York City Farm Colony. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had a lot of farming outside the city there, right? That was like, I think I saw that in fucking Kings of New York. Lex had to drill and chisel the front sprocket off his Sporty. Drill and chisel. Went caveman on that poor Sporty, huh?
The Sportster.
Apparently it's Brooklyn X asking Tedesbro. Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what? I can definitely tell it's from New York, but I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know. Brooklyn had its own accent. You have to have a fucking keen ear to be able to take
all the boroughs
figure
have
out
different
accents from different boroughs.
Yeah,
they do. I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Yeah, I have not a fucking clue.
That's fucked.
You can tell it's kind of like, yeah, I guess it is kind of the same for Boston too, because New York City is just like New York fucking City, dude. I feel like if you're like Manhattan, fucking wherever you're from, you should talk the same.
Yeah, well, I think it was different when it wasn't so easy to travel around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, it's like, it's not that hard to get out of the city and go somewhere, you know? Well, like, back in the day, you probably spent fucking your whole life in Brooklyn, you know? You're a kid, you grew up there, you go to school there, you hang out there. So you would have, like, a slightly different accent.
That's true.
But I can imagine, like, a bunch of, like, most of New York's, especially, like, in fucking Manhattan and shit, like, those are not people that grew up around there, you know? They're, like, college students and fucking...
Right.
Young socialites and shit that can afford the fucking sky rises. Oh, shit. Just have to prepare my next Bloodello. Mixing cocktails up over here. Shit. All right. What do you want to get into next?
We can do the movie thing. See if these guys want to chime in on it.
All right.
What do you think?
Well, first off, what are you dressed up as? Is that like just is that like a character?
No. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I don't know if I should. So I've had this mask. I actually bought this mask to go talk to somebody. Like 5 years ago, I had to go talk to somebody, and I needed to conceal my identity, so I bought this mask.
Oh, nice. How'd the conversation go?
As planned.
Yeah, resolved like gentlemen, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, now, right off air, we were able to alter that mask using our chopper skills, and now you can vape through it.
Yeah, because I keep my little fucking...
Smoke other things.
I keep that thing on me, bro.
So, long-time listeners of the show, you guys know that I am a big horror aficionado. Some of you guys might even, and in fact, chime in on the chat if you know who I'm dressed up as, because I made my own costume. I colored in this hot dog. It took me about an hour and a half. It was wicked hard.
In this hot dog.
Yeah, this hat actually is for a dog. I got it on Amazon. I did my own makeup, but we were talking about doing like a top 10, top 5 horror movie thing for this show, and I've seen a lot of horror movies, and I was going through it, and it's like, if you do a top 5, you kind of have to include, like, if it's top 5 period, end of story, right? you kind of have to include like all the greatest horror movies ever made. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to put The Shining in there. You kind of have to put like Alien in there. You know what I mean? But that's kind of boring. So for me, I tried to put together like a top 5 kind of ones that maybe people hadn't heard of.
Mine are going to be different than yours, like, huge. Because I didn't grow up watching horror movies. You know what I mean? I started watching them as I got older. And I'm still not a huge horror movie fan. Well, I guess I am a horror movie fan. I just don't like the ones where like there's ghosts and like demons and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like all the Rob Zombie ones
and shit.
Yeah. Like I don't like movies like that. Or like that one like that lady lives in the attic or some shit and comes crawling down backwards upside down. I don't like that shit.
The creepy shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. But like horror movies with like murderers and killers and shit, I love that shit.
Yeah, the slasher stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so my list would be a little like different than yours.
Yeah. And those ones too, like I pretty much like every decently produced one. Like some people love everything. You know, like there's tons of like indie shitty, you know, I have a very
and now they've started remaking all the old ones.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, because this is not a very popular opinion, but I love remakes. I love when they remake movies.
I like some of them.
You know, like I like pretty much. I think they're all better, and here's why. The original horror, you take like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for instance, right? Like that was done on like zero budget.
You shut your mouth about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, you know, but I also love the reboot,
the new one
that they did. Yeah,
they're
like the one
both
they did
really
a while
good.
ago.
They're both really good,
Jessica Biel and shit.
It's so good. She's so hot.
Yeah, it's wicked good. Yeah, dude, it's like a really well made one, and a lot of the times the people that make they make those, and this is now they ran out of ideas, so they just keep on remaking all of them.
Yeah,
but typically the people that remake them, they're like fans of the genre, they're fans of the movie, so it's not just like a money grab, and they do a pretty good deal, you know, pretty good job. Like The Hills Have Eyes was a good one, like a great remake. I loved the Friday the 13th remake. You know what I mean?
Jeepers
it was like
Creepers.
A different person. Jeepers Creepers is awesome. Yeah. So I love remakes. I love horror remakes, especially like The Evil Dead. People hated The Evil Dead remake, and I'm like, you can still you can still watch the original movie too.
Yeah.
You know, they changed it up, and it doesn't like ruin the experience for me. They have better, you know, they have way bigger budgets. They have way better acting. They have, you know, CGI and all sorts of fun shit. So it's like, it's cool. It's like, oh, it's reimagined. And they don't just tell the same exact story either. They like change it up. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like a new movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a little bit different than the original.
Yeah. So I love remakes, but I love my like favorites, and the ones that I put on my list were ones that they're not ones that maybe you are super mainstream. Some of them got pretty popular, but like when they first came out, like they got popular because they were good. But anyways, I'll do you wanna go first?
Are we rattling off all 5? We're just going back and forth.
We should go back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we can even explain like what it's about, why you like it. I'm gonna start with 5 and move up to 1.
Okay. Number 5. I had 2 for number 5, but I'm just gonna go with this one. Candyman. And this one I actually like the remake better on this one.
Oh, you like the remake better?
But the original
Candyman was good. I haven't seen it.
Here's the thing too, is like I'm a sucker for late 80s, 90s movies. I fucking love them. I love the shitty quality. I love the grainy video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like we were saying, sometimes it's just a little bit better.
Yeah. Candyman's a good one, man. Because it was like an original concept type of thing, you know?
Right.
Like, it came out right after, or like kind of during that like slasher phase where it was just like,
Yep.
this guy has this weapon and he looks this way, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that kind of, the slasher genre kind of took a dump at that point. So it was kind of cool to have something different in the inner city. My number 5 is fairly new. Hereditary. It's about it's like, it's really well done. It comes out of Studio A24. They do like some really cool ones like Midsummer and like some really kind of creepy shit. But this one, it's like about a family, and I can't really tell a lot about it, but or else I'll like ruin the plot. But I'll tell you why I like it. It's one of those slow burn movies where you'll be watching it and it's not like torture porn. I don't really like those. I mean, I like those. I like torture porn movies like Saw and shit like that. But
Yeah.
this one is just like a really good story. And it's just like they do really cool cinematography things, like really subtly. Like there's this one scene I'll just tell you about where, you know, there's this thing in the room with this lady, but she's just talking. She's like looking around the room, and you can't even see it. It's not like they focus in on it. It's just like if like the first time I saw it, I don't even think I realized it was there. But then you rewatch it, and you're like, there's something behind her, and it's like intentional, you know, like the thing is like behind her. So just like really subtle, slow burn movie, wicked good payoff, nice twist at the end, awesome acting. It's just a good story. So Hereditary is pretty new. I think that one got pretty popular. It has Toni Collette in it, is the lead.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just like creepy as fuck. But number 5. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is 3 from Hell. So this is a newer one. But I love all Rob Zombie movies. That dude is him and his wife, dude. That is like, dude, they're such good fucking actors. Their shit is always, all their movies are so fucking good. But that is one of that's probably one of my favorite like newer ones that I've seen. Yeah, dude.
House of a Thousand Corpses is like my favorite movie of all time because it's just so gory and funny and fucking fucked up. I love that kind of shit, you know.
Yep.
And I remember the first time I saw it, I was high as hell. I remember I was like living in Florida and I was so high, dude. I had to like get up and like stand by the back door to get like some air, and I was like watching a movie. I was just like so fucking.
Like, oh, fuck.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Because like you can't compare it to like other movies like of that time. You know what I mean? You weren't expecting it. I was like, okay, slasher. You know, like then you're like, wow, this is something special. But yeah, that whole franchise was awesome. All right, my number 4, It Follows. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It Follows. It's a really cool, like, the premise is there's this thing that it follows you until it kills you, and it never stops. And it can look like anything. It can look like anybody. You don't know who it is, but it's slow, right? So it can't run after you. You know, it can't like break down doors and shit. It'll just follow you. And then if it can't get to you, it just takes like another form. And it could be like your dad or your sister or something. And the way that it spreads is sexually. So it's kind of like you have sex with someone and it passes it off to that person.
So how does it change to your brother or sister then?
No. So like if it is following you, right? And then you have sex with your wife, it's not following you anymore. It's following your wife. So then she has to have sex with someone else, and then it'll follow that person. But
that sounds
again, it's like one of those. It's fucking creepy. It's creepy, and it's a cool. It's just a cool like a premise that I hadn't really heard of before, and it's creepy because it's not like. It's like it's following you, so it's not like running after you. So there's not a lot of It's just like someone's following you, and they're all creepy and shit, and they're just walking a straight line toward you. So like some cool visual things. But It Follows is definitely like worth a watch if you haven't seen it. And I'm talking about, these types of movies are ones that I'm hoping you guys may not have heard because they're a little adjacent to the mainstream stuff. So if you're not like super into horror movies, these are just good movies. They're not like super gory. They're not like, they're not like slasher movies. They're just like, I like the creepy movies with like a good story, good acting. Oh, you should definitely watch that To Death Bro on Halloween night. Actually, watch all these movies all day. Call out of work. All right, we're up to number 3.
Number 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The original one?
The original. But like I said, I can watch either one. But if it was like, they're both right there on Netflix, I'm picking the original.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw the original one. It was like way later in life because I don't know. It was just one that when I grew up, it was like there wasn't really blockbusters yet. Like when VHS first came out,
yeah,
it was all mom and pop shops, and it'd be like Porter's Home Video or whatever, and you'd go there, and they'd have all the VHSs with the cover, and if the cassette was gone behind it, it was rented out. Yep. And that's where I spent most of my time. Like we'd go there and I'd go right to the horror section. I'd pick out like a cassette because shit was expensive too, so my parents weren't like renting mad VHSs. But over the years, like once everybody went to DVDs and then you had Blockbusters and shit and they had like way more shit in stock. But that's just one that was probably always out.
On the thing says, please be kind and rewind.
Yeah. Dude, you'd go up to the counter to check out, and they'd have like a melted VHS. Like, don't leave this on your dashboard,
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to have to pay a motherfuck ton, dude, to get those VHSs like from the studios and shit. They'd be dude, this thing costs like $200. So, but then Blockbuster killed it, and then Netflix killed that.
Yep.
But I used to spend a lot of time in fucking movie rental places. That used to be my shit. But yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember the first time I saw that shit, I was like probably in my 20s. And I love that scene when you first see Leatherface and the bitch walks in. He just slams the door open and squeals like a pig and smacks her with a hammer.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, this is fucking pretty good, dude.
Didn't they make a remake and then make a remake of the remake? Or no, was it Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
They had a...
So I remember. There was a first
reboot of Texas Chainsaw. Yeah. They had a reboot. Yeah. I don't know what the name is. So basically it went Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with fucking what's that guy from Easy Rider? Dennis Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's pretty cool too, by the way. That one's actually really fun. They like go to a fucking DJ and shit. Then they had Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. 4 was the cross-dressing one with Matthew McConaughey. And then they had the reboot, I think in like the early aughts, like 2002 or 2005 or something like that. It has Jessica Biel in it. That one's like a masterpiece. I love that movie. And the guy from fucking... what's his name? Ermi? He died. He's from Full Metal Jacket, the old dude that screams at people. But anyways, that was wicked good. And then they rebooted again. Like, I think they called the newest one like Leatherface or something. Yeah. And it went right to Netflix or one of those streaming services. And it was kind of garbage, but I still watched it. All right. This one, so my number 3, this one's an old one. This is the oldest one on my list. And some might not even consider it a horror movie. Like if a horror movie is too good, they'll call it like a thriller or something, like Silence of the Lambs. They'll put in like thriller or something, but it's actually a horror movie.
Such a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But number 3 for me is a movie called Jacob's Ladder with Tim Robbins. Dude, it's creepy as fuck. He's like a mailman. And he has like these flashbacks of Vietnam. But that fucking movie, some of the cinematography, some of the visuals in that movie, I still have nightmares about. It's just like super creepy, super long, really well acted, really well made, and I consider it definitely 100% a horror movie.
Oh shit!
And in the ending, it has like a cool twist. So Jacob's Ladder, Tim Robbins, a young Tim Robbins. Yeah, that one fucking kills. That one is just a good movie. You should see that even if you're not into horror movies. But I'd consider it a horror movie for sure. I think it came out in 1990. So it was one of those ones I discovered along the way like probably when I was older. Yeah, everybody better be writing these titles down. I watched a lot of movies to vet these for you guys. All right, what's your number 2?
Number 2 and number 1, I had to go back and forth with, because number 1 is a newer one, but number 2 is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, or just any Freddy Krueger movie, honestly.
The original.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were like my favorites growing up, because obviously my real name is Fred. So like I was always like, Freddy Krueger, bitch. Like I loved everything Freddy Krueger.
Dude, yeah. That's actually cool. That'd be cool as shit. Yeah, if there was one name like Ryan or something, I'd be all over that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. Dude, that movie too. So there's like these old movies. If you rewatch them, you know how some of them you're nostalgic about, and others just like hold up and stand the test of time. And that one stands the test of time. I could watch. You could watch that today. Sure. You could introduce someone to it today. And I will say, the remake they did with that one fucking sucked.
Yeah.
The remake they did with that one was really bad.
Yeah. You know what I didn't mind that was newer, though, is Jason vs. Freddy. That wasn't that bad.
Bro, that's one of my faves.
Yeah.
If you want to just watch a horror movie and zone out, yeah. It's wicked fun, dude. It's Freddy versus Jason. With a premise like that, it's like the acting's terrible. It has that girl from like TLC in it. Not T-Bones or whatever. But it just has like shitty acting. They're like chugging beer. It's silly. It's stupid. It's just wicked fun. It's fun to watch, you know?
Yeah.
So that one's a good one. Just pop on.
Yeah.
It's not like ultra violent. It's just like really cheesy violence. But yeah, I think I was in when I was in 5th grade. I have a February birthday, and my mom was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" My birthday always sucks because I can't go to like water parks or do anything fun. You know, it's the dead of fucking winter. Yeah, me.
Same.
You know, so you got to do
my whole life.
Shit,
I never had a birthday party, dude. It was always a blizzard.
Yeah, dude. Like, because you're like, "Oh, you want to come to my birthday party?" But everybody's just like, parents don't want to do anything in February in New England. Like everybody's contemplating suicide.
Winter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is like the winter.
It's the worst month of the year, by the way.
Yeah,
because the holidays have come and gone, and it's brutally cold still, and you know you're not going to see grass till May, so you still got so much time ahead of you before you're going to see spring, and it's so cold. So yeah, February sucks. But I think it was in 5th grade, I had a birthday party. I had all my friends over, and I rented every single Nightmare on Elm Street, and we watched every single one of them throughout the day. And every single one of those kids told their parents, and every single one of those parents was pissed at my mom because we were in 5th grade. You're not supposed to watch that shit.
Yeah,
but it was a fond memory for me.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that movie's so good. And especially the first one too. Like, if you watch it, it's still creepy. There's like creepy parts. Yeah. It's not just nostalgic, you know?
Right.
Like when he's having that dream sequence and it's like, you know, like they dragging the body out of the classroom and shit. I'm like, dude, that's A+ filmmaking right there.
Yes.
My number 2. We're on 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one would probably... It makes my top 5 no matter which way I cut the list. I just love this movie. It's called Session 9.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that one.
It is... Yeah, it takes place at an insane asylum in Massachusetts.
Yep, yeah.
And it has like Josh Lucas and David Caruso in it from NYPD Blue. But yeah, it's just like super creepy. But the premise is like there's these hazmat guys go in to clear this place out, and it's an insane asylum. And it just has awesome. Like, it's one of those slow burn ones too, where it's just like, it's just creepy, and these people are like starting to disappear, and great cinematography and just great scenes. But I just love that movie. I can watch it anytime. Yeah. It's just super creepy.
Yeah.
And watch the extended version. They have some awesome shit in there.
Oh, that's the cool thing about newer movies, dude. When they remake them, there's always the extended versions.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Watching movies has just always been like my thing.
Oh, I fucking love it.
I love it. Dude, I love listening to like director's commentary and shit. Like, that was the coolest part about the DVDs, is that you'd get a movie and they're like, well, a movie doesn't take up that much space, so they start filling it with content, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So you'd have director's commentary, you'd have extended versions, you'd have even fucking video games and shit you could play. But yeah, Session 9 was awesome. I just love that cast of characters. I don't know why, what is it, David Caruso? Am I getting that first and last name wrong? But he was in NYPD right. Blue, the redhead guy. Right. Yeah, okay. Doesn't sound right, David Caruso. But yeah, I don't know what happened to him, because he had fucking some acting chops. He tried to make it out of the fucking television world and into the silver screen, and it didn't pan out. But all right, what's your number one?
Number one. So I might get some hate for this, because this could be considered a mainstream movie, I guess. Kinda, but not really. Maybe. The Devil's Rejects.
Oh shit!
That's my all-time favorite horror movie. I fucking love The Devil's Rejects.
Dude, I'd say that belongs up there. Like me, I'm kind of like, I'm like, oh well, top 5. When we did our top 5 hip hop, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, it's Wu-Tang, and then my favorite artists are Method Man, ODB, Jizza, RZA, and my favorite movies are from the same people. You know what I mean? Like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Reject, 3 from Hell. Those are all fucking kick-ass movies.
Yeah.
And Devil's Rejects was like, the reason I like that movie is that they went in a totally different direction. From House of a Thousand Corpses, it was like super weird, and there was all this supernatural shit. And then Devil's Rejects was like almost not even a horror movie. You know what I mean? It was like kind of almost an action movie. Yeah. With the same characters, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those were good. I remember going to the theater to watch that one, and I remember being wicked confused, because I was a huge like House of a Thousand Corpses fan, and I was like, where's Dr. Satan? Like, where's the fucking underground shit? Like they're just like running from the cops. But the opening scene in that is fucking sick, dude. When the cops pull up and they're just like blast the shit out of that fucking house, and that dude has the fucking metal on and shit. Like, who was that? Ned Kelly.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Rob Zombie does good shit. Even his other shit that doesn't get. I mean, he remade Halloween.
Yep.
And it's not as good as the original, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But he uses the same like 7 people in all his movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he just has the 7 actors. His wife has to be in it. So it's kind of like, I don't like it when directors do that.
Right.
It's just kind of like, you can use someone else, Like if you watch Goodfellas and then you watch Casino right after, you're like, oh it's such like
good movies.
What is this, like Goodfellas 2?
Those are like my fucking top movies.
Oh yeah, dude, I can. Me and you could reenact every scene from Goodfellas, just the two of us. I know every single line. I've watched that a billion times.
Dude, same with Casino love that movie.
Yeah, both those movies. Any of those, like, dude, mob movies. I love.
So good.
Love fucking Scarface. Good. Love fucking. But like Martin Scorsese, I don't think you can get a better. Like, I think it's definitely Goodfellas better than The Godfather.
Oh, 100%.
As far as like mafia 100%. Movies. So good. So quotable too. Yeah. Yeah, we got to do a mob movie one too, like a top 5, because there's a lot of good shit out there for that too.
Yep. That one Denzel did too. American Gangster was really good.
Yeah. Dude, Denzel Washington is like one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, same.
He does. Dude, the
Training
Equalizer
Day, dude,
movies
that's
are
one of my
sick.
favorite movies. Training Day is one of my favorite movies.
Training Day is sick. One of my favorite movies of all time is Man on Fire, which is a remake of like an old 70s movie. But he goes and fucks up the Mexican cartel, dude. And he's so fucking badass.
Yep.
Yeah, that movie's fucking sick.
We should do like a top. We should do a top 5 80s, 90s movie. Late 80s, early 90s movie. That's what we'll do next time. There's such good ones, dude. Like Black Dog, Over the Top, fucking any of the Rambos, First Blood. You know what I mean? There's so many good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, we could have a whole nother spin-off podcast just talking about movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like top 5 lists and shit. Because there's so many cool movies that fit into like little categories that you do, you know?
Yeah.
Like just like when I was thinking about this category, you know, it's like top 5 horror movies. And it's like, I kind of need like to be broken down into subcategories to make top 5, you know? But, okay, my number 1 on this list is, I don't know, it's directed by Ty West, who, if you know, he did The Innkeepers, The Roost, a bunch of cool indie horror movies. But this one's especially good, and I recommend it. Even if you don't like horror movies, I don't know if you'll appreciate this one. But this one, it's called The House of the Devil, and it's about a girl who needs to make some money to rent an apartment. She's in college, and she finds it takes place like in the 80s during like the Satanic Panic type period, and she finds an ad for a house sitter, and she goes to this house sitter, and there turns out there's like Satanists there and shit. But super cool cinematography. It's wicked vintage. Top tier acting. Just a really creepy, well-made, cool, awesome soundtrack. Yeah, The House of the Devil. And anything by Ty West is just pretty fucking good. But yeah. So that's our top 5.
I have a top 5 honorable mentions too.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
just honorable mentions.
Okay.
We talked about a couple of them, but one of them, Hills Have Eyes.
The original or the remake?
Actually, the original and the remake are both good. Wrong Turn.
I like the remake.
Wrong Turn was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Jeepers Creepers, Silence of the Lambs, with Freddy vs. Jason. Those are my other 5 that I really like.
Yeah.
Wrong Turn was probably one of my favorites. Wrong Turn was really fucking good.
That was really good, yeah. Wrong Turn was awesome. The original. The remake I didn't actually like all that much.
I didn't like the remake at all.
You ever seen Cabin Fever?
Oh, yeah.
Eli Roth's first movie?
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
With a dude from Boy Meets World. That fucking movie kicked ass.
That was a good fucking movie. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Cabin Fever was awesome. It's kind of like a new premise. But yeah, I love that movie. And it was like super shoestring budget and just a real success story too. So yeah, Cabin Fever is awesome. Cabin Fever 2 is actually wicked fun. So if you like Cabin Fever 1, or if you didn't like it, Cabin Fever 2 is really corny. It like spreads to like a high school, like during prom and stuff, but it's super funny. It's actually a really good movie. So I would recommend Cabin Fever 2. And then, what else was I going to say? What was my other honorable mention? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. It was fuck. Oh my God. Too many Bloodellos. Bloodellos?
Shout out to all the Purge movies
those.
too. I'm a big fan of the Purge movies.
Yep.
Can you see what kind of like horror movies I like now? I don't even know if you'd call them horror. They might even be thrillers. I don't know.
Yeah, those ones are. I mean, I will shout out this one because this one I was almost going to put on my list, but I didn't. But The Strangers. That one's creepy. It's about. It's actually a really cool story, and it's based on true events. But what's that girl's name? Liv Tyler. Steven Tyler's daughter's in it. She kicks fucking ass. But it's like her and her boyfriend, who she just rejected his marriage proposal, are like stuck at this cabin. And these strangers just start fucking with them and end up like stabbing them and shit. But that one's a creepy one, really well done. So The Strangers. I also like super silly horror movies. Like one of my favorites of all time, which, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2. But for me, it's Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is the third installment, and it's more of a comedy movie than anything else. But that one will make you laugh out loud, you know? Like, it'll actually make you laugh out loud. It's so funny. And pretty violent. It's really corny, really cheesy. So you have to be in the right mood. So, you know, some people are like super impatient, you know what I mean, with movies. Like, I have to watch the movie all the way to the end. Like, I can't really turn stuff off, you know?
Yeah.
And some people just like what they like, and if they're like, oh, this is fucking stupid, you know? But you kind of need to know what you're getting into, you know? Like, if you feel like, oh, I kind of want to watch like a little bit of violence and a little bit of comedy, Army of Darkness is great. But, and the other thing is, the other honorable mentions is Hellraiser, the original ones. Those are another one. Hellraiser 1 and 2 both hold up, and they're good movies. You know, Hellraiser, they went nuts, and they probably had like 20 movies, and there's a couple of decent ones in that franchise, but you can watch Hellraiser 1 and 2, the original, and they're both still kick-ass. Awesome movies.
Yeah. Yep, those are good ones.
Yeah. Damn, dude. What am I going to watch tonight? I try to watch like new movies and stuff, and it's really disappointing. They don't make like good shit anymore. There was like a time like maybe like 5-6 years ago, they were coming out with hit after hit after hit. Like they were just on a stride. And then like after COVID, like all those writers and shit, I guess they went and got real jobs or something, and like none of the actors like came back and did anything cool. There's been like a bad slump in like good movies. I haven't seen one in a while.
Yep. What the fuck was the other one? Oh, I was a fan of Child's Play too. That was a good one.
Oh, Child's Play, yeah. I just watched the reboot like yesterday or something. That's what I was watching. Really? They just came out with a brand new one. Or, you know, I'd say just came out. I mean, it could have been like 2 years ago. But it was like popped up on streaming, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And it's all like AI. It was different. It wasn't like the spirit of a serial killer got stuck in a child at a toy factory, you know?
Right.
Like it was some guy was like pissed off at his job, and it was like an AI bot or something. It was okay. But the original Chucky's, those were fun.
So good.
And the first one was a good one. And the premise is weird too, because it's like, dude, this motherfucker's trying to kill a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't usually have a serial killer going after specifically, like, young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's fucked up. Oh, Lex says, brain scan and People Under the Stairs. I barely remember People Under the Stairs.
I don't know if I've seen that.
I think it's
it sounds familiar.
It's definitely familiar. It's definitely about people that live under the stairs. I know that much from the title, but I can't remember much more about it. Yeah,
I think
people
I've seen
understand.
it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other movie, another remake that was wicked sick compared to the original is It. Obviously, that was like
the
everybody
remake
should
was
know
so
that.
good.
The remake was awesome. The I loved the original. Like when Stephen King came out, like he used to back in the day, it didn't get released as a movie. It was a made for TV movie that they'd come out as a serial. So they'd show like parts 1 and 2 one week, like Tuesday, Thursday, and then you'd see the rest of it like Tuesday, Thursday the next week. And it was like a 2-week span. You'd watch them all. And he came out with It, The Langoliers, like he had a bunch of them. The Stand was one of them. But it was awesome. The original, I watched the shit out of that. And when they remade it, I was like, I hope they do a good job. And they fucking killed it. Because there's some scenes in that movie I was like, damn.
Dude, you can't forget about Hocus Pocus, bro.
Hocus Pocus. Dude, I'll tell you what. So my wife loves that movie. I've still never seen it. She showed it to my kids, Hocus Pocus, and the new one that they just came out with, Hocus Pocus 2. And my kids love it. And I still have never seen either one. And they've like they watch it a lot. I know it's about witches.
Yeah. My wife and her sister are obsessed with that movie. They actually did like a release party when the second one came out, and they were both like, the second one sucks dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really my bag. Oh, Ving Rhames is in, Lex says Ving Rhames is in People Under the Stairs. Okay. Ving Rhames is awesome. Actually, one of my favorite zombie movies of all time is the remake, The Day of the Dead, where they're stuck in the mall. That has Ving Rhames in it. That was like one of the first movies where zombies like ran. Kind of changed up the whole genre in the remake. Sarah Pauli's in it. Bunch of good actors. Oh, I have to add some blood to my blue memo. What are you doing for Halloween night? Do you guys go trick-or-treating at night? Or
Yeah, I'm bringing the kids out. Well, I'm bringing my daughter out. Dylan is not here this year. He's going to Nature's Classroom. Have you heard of this?
No.
They like go on a field trip for, I think it's 5 days out in the woods and like stay out there. I mean, it's like cabins and shit, but they stay out there for 5 days and like they learn like a bunch of shit of like native New Hampshire plants and like blah blah blah. It's pretty cool. So yeah, he leaves tomorrow for that and gets back Friday. And
that's
Dominic's
weird though. They started on Halloween, huh?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Why wouldn't they just wait one more day?
I know. Dominic's 14, so he's not trying to hang out with me at all. It's just going to be me, my wife, and Lacey.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's easier
What are you
to
up to?
keep track of one kid. I'm taking the kids out. I think my daughter was saying she was going to go with one of her friends. I might have to go to Keene tomorrow. Like my daughter she gets stoked on fucking Halloween, dude. And she was talking to one of her friends at school and she was like, yeah, we're going to have a sleepover all week and we're going to go trick-or-treating together. And I was like, I don't think you know how life works yet. You're not going to sleep over. I'm not going to have a strange kid sleeping over on a Monday night all week. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, my kids, they're like last year, like my daughter's 7, my boys are 5. Last year, like they can't last very long, like because we walk around and shit, and they get tired, because we start trick or treating at like fucking 5. By 6 o'clock, they're like, "Dude, can we just go home and eat all this fucking candy?"
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I was just running from house to house, get as much candy as possible. I'd get a whole pillowcase full of candy,
Yeah.
And it wasn't over until my parents were like, "Hey, trick or treating's over. People are going to sleep."
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad my kids don't want to go too long because I'm kind of like, I just want to go back home too.
Yeah.
Like this is fun and all, but I ain't trying to walk for 4 hours straight.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's usually good for about an hour. And then she's like, fuck this.
Yeah. And it's cold, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you get dressed up in your shit, and it's like, dude, it's going to be like in the 40s probably tomorrow night.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be chilly.
Yeah. Dude, my audio keeps on fucking up. Do you hear that? Or
No,
is
it
it just
sounds
me?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds good on this end.
Yeah, miraculously, our audio was fine from last week. When we were uploading it using my phone as a hotspot with no service.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, nobody's chiming. Nobody has any spooky stories. But I'm going to post this up tomorrow. We'll put it on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah.
Actually, just wherever you get your whatever podcasts. And if you have spooky stories, I do want to hear them. Like if you've seen a motherfucking ghost, I want to definitely hear from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to hear about it. I had one friend one time, his name was Mylan, and he told me a story about seeing a ghost. And it was so weird that I was like, I kind of believe him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's those details when they tell you, and like, if you were totally making it up, you'd be like, oh yeah, and then there was like this lady in white or whatever. And you're like, yeah, but you could have, I've seen that in 1,000 movies, you know?
Yeah.
But he was telling me he was working at a bar, and it was like an old building in Portland. He was from Portland, Oregon. And he was like a bar back or whatever. So he goes down in the basement of this old building, and they had like a bulkhead, and the bulkhead had like a cement ramp that came down, and that's where they'd load in and stuff. But it was new. Like, the bulkhead didn't always have a ramp there. It was like stairs into a basement of a house or whatever, because it's like Portland's an old town or whatever. So anyways, he's like getting a keg, or, you know, changing over a keg or whatever. And he said that he saw legs on this ramp, but not the feet were going down through the ramp, and the rest of the body was going up through this bulkhead. And he just saw like these legs, like ghostly legs.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah. I mean, I thought about it. It was kind of creepy because I was like, okay, like, you wouldn't make that up, right?
Yeah, why would you?
Like, that's a weird thing to say, because it would make sense. Like, because you have a new ramp, and like, it probably was some stairs, and there's a ghost standing on some stairs or whatever, this whole building. And I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy. It's a pretty good one. You know?
Yeah.
But you never know. So, I mean, I don't know, I've never seen a ghost before. I don't want to piss off any ghosts, but if you're a ghost, why are you acting like a bitch? Why don't you show yourself?
Yikes. That was a little much.
Yeah. If it's a ghost, it's probably old time. He doesn't even know what a bitch is. It's like, what is ye saying to thou?
Right now he's dragging his ghost dick across your head. He's like, bitch this.
Yeah. You see a penis-shaped imprint on my cheek.
Yeah.
That'd be worth it. I'd be like, dude, this ghost is hilarious. Let's be boys.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right, well, there you have it. This is Lowlifes After Dark. If you're tuning in for free this week, here's a sneak peek. This is what you get for as low as fucking $5 a month. It's not that serious. You get 4 extra episodes a month. It's a good deal. And you get to support us doing cool shit. So, if you want to get on the Patreon, get in the link in our bio on Instagram, Lowlife Podcast. The link for everything is in there. For our merch, for this free fucking episode, for everything. The podcast, Patreon, everything's in that fucking link. So go check it out. If you're not on Instagram and you're trying to find any of this shit, our merch, how to get on the fucking Patreon, how to fucking whatever, figure anything out what we're doing next, you can email either one of us using our name, Loctite at lowlifechopperpodcast.com or Rhino at lowlifechopperpodcast.com.
Yep. And we're very active. I mean, I try to respond to everything wherever it is. So if you watch us on YouTube and you comment, I'll answer you there. If you're on, obviously IG is like our spot. Even OnlyFans or TikTok, we got that shit too. But Rhino is spelled RYNO at lowlifechopodcast.com. Send me an email. But if you want to get involved, let us know.
Do we want to put out, since this is the lads, do we want to put out the chop luck?
Let's fucking put it out, dude.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the address right now. All right, so God, where the fuck is the info? I just lost it. December 9th at 6 p.m. We are doing the infamous chop luck. We're bringing it back. This is like a potluck event that we do. Bring some fucking food. It's to celebrate fucking Thanksgiving, Christmas, just to get the fuck out of the garage, hang out with the homies one last time before the snow comes. The address for that is going to be 232 Caliph Highway, Epping, New Hampshire. It's at the American Legion in Epping, New Hampshire. I'm going to get a flyer all drawn up for this probably in the next couple of days. So you'll start seeing that blasted everywhere. Make sure you share it. This is an open invite. Come check it out. It's going to be a good time. We'll have some raffles, I'm sure. We haven't ironed out all the details. We might try to do like a toy drive or something from one of the local churches or some shit. I don't know. Whatever we do, we'll let you know. It'll be on the flyer. We'll start putting more info out. We want to get it out to you guys. Again, that's December 9th. I believe it's a Saturday at 6 p.m. So watch for more details to come.
Yeah, definitely come out for the chop luck. We're going to be doing a benefit. So if you can't make it, send some cash our way. We'll make sure it gets into the right hands. Maybe we'll do something online where you can donate right to the organization. But again, more shit coming. But it is the first public chop luck, so that's a first. Typically they were invite only, small affairs, but this is the first time that we're getting a venue. Actually, this is my first time being involved in the planning of one.
Yeah,
so.
First time ever getting a venue.
Yeah, first time getting a venue. Cool. We're doing it big.
This place is cool. This is like an actual like function hall. There's tables, there's chairs, there's a fucking dance floor. We'll have music playing. There's a bar, a cash bar, so you can get whatever you want. They have beers, they have mixed drinks. You can do whatever. The parking lot is huge. It's where we did the Lowlife Lowdown chopper show. So this can fit a lot of motherfuckers. It's going to be a good time. There's a bunch of places right around there to eat if you want to leave and go grab some food, which you shouldn't, because hopefully everybody will bring some fucking food and you just get to eat a bunch of good shit. But
what do you make it for it?
I think I'm probably going to do a chili, maybe.
A chili?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe some venison chili, actually.
Dude, please.
Yeah.
Maybe some squirrel stew.
That's what I did one year.
You brought squirrel stew to the chop luck?
Yeah, and I didn't tell anybody.
Did you tell them after?
Yeah. Yeah. It was the same year Rob brought tomahawk steaks from a deer. And then later that night, dude, me and Rob were toasted, bro. We had the squirrel chili. It was a squirrel stew. It was like beef stew with squirrel. And then Rob cooked up tomahawk steaks, which is like the backstrap with the bone still in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
He cooked those up, and then me and him were toasted, dude. And at like fucking 2 a.m., we cooked the heart out of the deer that I shot. And me and him were eating deer heart at like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. Just drunk off our fucking asses.
Dude.
It was
That's
a blast.
the kind of party I like.
Yeah,
if
it
you're
was
eating
so much
motherfucking
fun.
deer heart at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Do you just throw
but
the
yeah.
whole fucking heart in a pan and sear it,
Well,
or you like prepare it?
You have to cut it all up because you have to like almost like fillet it because it comes and it's like this shape. So you have to like cut it along like where the airways are and shit, and then it folds out flat, and then you can just like cut all like the air tubes out and like that shit.
Oh yeah.
And then I just put it in a pan. I'll cut it up in like a little bit smaller pieces with a lot of butter. And dude, it's some of the best meat I've ever put in my mouth.
Really?
Deer heart is so fucking good. It's so good. It tastes like the best steak you've ever eaten in your life. There's no weird texture. It's fucking phenomenal.
Fucking A, dude.
Yep. So yeah. Anyway, so there's all your fucking info about the chop luck. It's gonna be a lot of fucking fun if you can take the time off to get down here. It'll be worth it. There's if you're gonna do that and you need some hotels, hit us up. We'll get you the information for that. There's some cottages actually right down the street. You could walk there, so you could get hammered and walk to these cottages. So if you need any kind of cottages. Housing out of town, you come from out of town, you want to get a cottage or something, let me know. Let me know. I'll get you set up.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd love to see you guys. I mean, if you're within traveling distance, definitely make it out. We'll make it worth your while, because I'd like to, see as many as you guys as possible, but we'll put you up. And I'm going to be making something. I think sriracha cranberry meatballs.
Oh, wow, that sounds fucking phenomenal.
They're really
sounds phenomenal.
I brought them to the Chop Luck, I think, last year or the year before, the one that you had at your house. And I also remember that, it was at your house, because I brought a bunch of wood, and I had I had those meatballs in my truck, and we unloaded all the wood, and I drove home, and I never took the crock pot out of the fucking truck, so nobody had them. And I just had these. I had like 400 meatballs I had to eat.
Dude, that's the year I did the fucking squirrel stew.
That's the year? Okay.
Yeah, so you might have even eaten it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I have had squirrel. I just didn't know.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, we're going to end this one here. We will see you guys on Friday with another full-ass episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully, when you hear this, all you Patreon subscribers, share this shit out. That way other people can see it. They can see what we're doing over here on Patreon, and hopefully they'll get involved with us. So anyways, until Friday, we'll see you motherfuckers later.
Love you, laddies.